You have 4 floors to yourself. Oh, wow. You got your own private pool. This is so sick. Full on shoe collection. 125,000 US for a pair of shoes.
I paid 1.1 million for it.
Simon Beard is a 38-year-old Australian entrepreneur, co-founder of international streetwear company Culture Kings. Simon and his wife tah-nee founded Culture Kings back in 2008, and in 2021 they sold a 50% stake of Culture Kings at a $626 million valuation, while also being the top 10 richest people under 40 in Australia. A-list celebrities such as Drake, Justin Bieber, and even Cristiano Ronaldo have all been spotted shopping at Culture Kings. And over the last 15 years, the streetwear brand has made its mark in the international arena by opening up a Culture Kings store at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. But how did Gold Coast local Simon Beard go from struggling to sell items at the Carrera markets to building a world-renowned clothing empire with a cult following valued at over $600 million? Was it purely a stroke of luck, or did Simon's success come from a well-kept secret that we don't know about? Simon was nice enough to allow me to come and visit him at his 4-level Gold Coast penthouse to take a look into his personal life and to find out how he went from a struggling market store seller to creating one of the world's biggest and most successful streetwear companies of all time.
So guys, we just arrived at Simon's Joint. It's a very nice place. It's very windy outside. Not used to this Gold Coast weather. Is it always like this on the Gold Coast? You're wearing the same shirt as I used to wear to school back in the day. 你会说中文吗？你可以说中文。哦，你是中国人。Oh, see, we found some Chinese on the Gold Coast. Bye bye. Oi! How are you, brother? Good to see you, man. It's been a while.
Yeah.
How long's it been? I was thinking in the car, it's been like since I last saw you in Melbourne in 2020 at Culture Kings before Ultra, when we had the free tickets.
After meeting Simon in the lobby, it was now time to check out his 4-level penthouse. Wait till you guys see this.
There?
Woo, look at this. You got the whole floor up here?
4 floors.
You got 4 floors?
It's nuts. They would
You
never,
have 4 floors to yourself?
They would never build it again.
And you live here with your wife and 3 kids, right?
4 kids.
4 kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's 1,000 square meters.
Really?
It's like nuts, you know, for an apartment.
Yeah. 4-story penthouse in the Gold Coast.
It's pretty windy here today.
Yeah, it is windy.
But
Woo,
like,
look at the view. Can you see Sydney from here? Because I reckon you probably could.
So it's got this cool bar, but yeah, balconies up this high is really wet.
Be careful the camera doesn't fly off the balcony. Oh, it's like when you're about to skydive. Just like Nick's about to skydive. Sometime when I surprise him.
Like, yeah, so it's so rare to even have balconies this high.
Woo! Look
Like
at her,
when-
she's scared. She can't even come on the... Hey, come on the balcony, don't be scared.
I got this gym I built out here.
Oh, you got the
full
AstroTurf, the fake grass and everything. How good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's way less windy out here.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
sick.
like, this is where I train like, you
Yep.
know, most mornings and stuff, but it's amazing because the sunrise just pops
Over
on the
here.
horizon.
This is so sick. Wow.
Yeah.
This goal is right here.
This is my daughter Suede.
Nice to meet you. Fist pumps. You live in a nice place, don't you? I wish I grew up here as a kid. You got a lift? Oh, so there's a private lift.
Because there's 3 bedrooms downstairs.
Yep.
They're like the kids' bedrooms.
Okay.
And then this is like the
This is crazy.
3rd floor.
No way.
I
Full on shoe collection.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is your office plus, okay.
Yeah.
That's mad.
I was on this Zoom once with this billionaire guy, and it was like background was in Monaco and the thing. I was like, fuck, that's such a flex.
You're gonna make your own.
I want to make my own
100%.
flex background.
What's your favorite shoe out of all
Well,
this collection?
those Louis Vuitton, they were
ones, yep.
125,000 US.
125,000 US for a pair of shoes.
And then these, the Air Mags, these are expensive. Back to the Future.
Wow. You got a spa here?
Yeah, but that I've converted
way.
to a cold plunge.
Oh,
so that's actually
I've heard you
8
talk
degrees, yeah.
I've heard you talk about your cold.
So I hit that every morning, like right when I wake up.
Yeah, so that's just freezing cold water.
Yeah, feel it.
Oh, it's freezing.
Couldn't recommend it enough. Cold exposure is the #1 like easy mental uplift.
Is this the master?
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's like the sickest view to wake up to
Wow.
if you ever sleep in.
Yeah, wow.
View.
You got
Then
some
it's
books?
But then as well, it's got like this cool sort of TV
way.
from the roof there. This is my other daughter's room, but it's like
yeah.
with these floor-to-wall glass.
Yep.
Just
Far
fucking
out.
nuts. What I love here is just being right in the thick of it.
Yep.
There's the air show here in a couple of weeks, which is like the biggest air show in the Southern Hemisphere, right in front here.
Really? With like jets
Yeah.
flying around everything?
Yeah. And then I'll show you sort of the top.
Look at her, she's so excited. This is the nicest place you've been to? Yeah. You're gonna make sure I get one of these for you one day, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. So you got your own private pool. Wow.
So it's like pool and spa, and it's always like heated. And this is the top floor of the building.
What would you say your favorite room in the house is?
Probably the bar. I just love to like shut the doors and sit in there and watch the view and meditate and stuff. And just feel so like grateful and shit.
Man, thanks for the tour. What do you think, babe? You reckon it's slightly better than my place, or? He's what? He's got better? Yeah. I don't even have a TV still. I'm just lazy. Yeah.
I was blessed to be standing inside Simon's penthouse, and it was now time to find out the secret behind how he took Culture Kings from being a tiny market stall to a $600 million clothing empire.
What would you say was the most challenging situation you've had to go through with Culture Kings in the last 10, 15 years?
Definitely we had this fire at Culture Kings. It was in our Brisbane head office. Tony and I were home on a Sunday, and suddenly Tony's like, oh, these fire alarms are going off. We look on the camera like, is that a fire? And then we were racing, driving in the car. We went in separate cars. We had to wait for my parents to come look after the kids. She went first. She's driving like 5 months pregnant, looking at the camera, watching it burn while driving. I was just like, and then we're talking to each other on the phone. I was just stressed. I remember like watching the fire and like, oh, just don't hit all those pallets of Jordan there. Just go around it. Anyway, when we got there, the whole lot was gone. And we were just like...
All the Jordans? Or the whole...
$10 million, the entire warehouse.
Was gone?
Everything.
What? When you saw the fire happening, how did you kind of switch the gear instead of like feeling sorry for yourself?
So in that moment I didn't. I was like, I was done. It was just like, but this is where I'm so big on morning routine, because I went home, hardly slept at all thinking about it. But I remember when my alarm got off in the morning, I was like, I'm doing my routine that I always do. In that next 3 days, still never been more productive in my life. And we actually grew by the end of that year, more out of that fire than we'd ever done in our history.
See, that's so true. Like sometimes your biggest downfall can be the biggest pivotal turning point for your success. How much did you sell Culture Kings for?
We sold half on a $600 million valuation, so we got $300 million in cash, and then the rest we turned into equity in the public company, and we listed on the New York Stock Exchange.
Wow, that's crazy. Obviously, I've been around Culture Kings a while myself. Who's the most famous person to ever shop at Culture Kings?
It's got to be Drake. You know, you can't get bigger than that. Well, we actually, Jay-Z just wore a Loiter t-shirt 2 days ago, which was crazy. I'm like, oh my God. So maybe his stylist went in or something. He's never been in there.
How did Ronaldo end up coming to Culture Kings?
That was when that whole Real Madrid was playing in Melbourne, and the whole team came through.
But I heard Ronaldo flew in early to Melbourne on his private jet just to come to Culture Kings. That's what I got told. Maybe that's news to you, actually.
It's a great story. Run with it.
I heard somewhere. What would you say is the most expensive item that you've bought?
I would say it's probably my boat.
Oh, yeah.
It was in the purple Lamborghini video.
How much did that cost?
It was about $2 million.
$2 million on a boat?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. And what's the craziest party or event you've ever been invited to?
Probably when I went to Tony Robbins' holiday house in Sun Valley. He has this party for his group, and you know, when I first experienced that, it gave me so much motivation, because I'm like, oh my God, there's levels to this. Like the indoor basketball court, it's got the natural hot spring that runs through the house. There's only 4 houses in America that have that.
Do you think you'll give your kids the money that you've obviously earned when they grow up, or you reckon you'll make them work for it like you did?
No, 100%. We will make them work for it, because I do believe it's not what you leave your kids what counts, it's what you leave within them. And for me, it's all about training that inside, and there's no way to F a kid up more than dumping a ton of money that they never earned.
Simon, this is the craziest 4-level penthouse I've ever seen in Australia. Would you ever sell it?
Oh, the entrepreneur in me, everything's for sale at a price. But yeah, if the number started with a 3 in front of it, might be persuaded. But yeah, I love it. It's honestly, it's paradise.
Crazy. So what do you got? So you got the...
So this is a Urus.
Yep.
And then I got the Ultimate. This is one...
Is that a Hurricane?
No, so that's a Huracan STO.
Yep.
That's like the real race model of that's the best model Huracan.
Yep.
And this is the Ultimate Aventador. So this is a V12. This is like the last of the V12. I paid 1.1 million for it and got offered $2 million for it.
No way.
Yeah.
So this costs you 1.1 million? How much did this one cost you?
That cost 800, and this is like 500.
500. And what, is this one of yours?
That's, tah-nee's. She's got a G-Wagon upstairs, and then that's her, like, for the kids, because we got 4 kids.
Thank you so much for the day and showing me a little bit into your life. Very fascinating. I've learned a lot myself. There's a car, Just cut there, guys. I guess, my last few questions for you is, if you had a message to your younger self before starting out anything that you've achieved, what would that message be?
Taking action, always having a forward center of mass, being on the front foot. This is the amazing country where I don't think we celebrated enough of like, look, I could start at the markets, paying $30 rent, buying stuff from America and selling it and start 1 store, 2 stores, 8 stores, build it up. And then with no loans, no investors, there wasn't these connections or anything that people think that you need to be able to worth, you know, over $500 million and then sell it back to the Americans. If you just take action and momentum and that passion, energy and determination to just not give up, find a way, making way, it's possible.
And I think my last question might be a bit of a strange one. Would you mind if I had a bit of a spin in one of your cars?
Yeah, I'll take you for a quick lap around the block in the Ultimate, but you gotta wear a nappy, man, because you're gonna shit your pants.
Done.
Simon's inspirational story showed me that no matter what your background is, we all have the ability to succeed. Building a company from zero to $600 million is a crazy achievement. With the right mindset, consistency and faith, we can all achieve the life that we desire to live. And when I left Simon's place, I felt super inspired to strive for more.
Yeah, I'm buying one day.
For all of you guys watching this video right now, I encourage you to make sure you step up your game and dream bigger.